everyone. We've got a video on not the Mercedes I'm in. It's about the new diagnostic machine I just obtained. Topdon Artidiag Pro. Plugged it into Mercedes now. I was planning to do a full unboxing video, but I'm not sure there's any point really. It's hardwired. It's got a cable connecting it to the vehicle, which is a good thing and a bad thing. A friend of mine just lost his VCA, the dongle, Bluetooth dongle that connects to the tablet, and that's going to cost him like £400. So having a cable, that thing's out of question. As you can tell, it automatically connects to the car. I'm trying to find the VIN number. Okay. First connection and it failed, which is not very promising. You've got a little stand on the back of this. I use it is to put it on top of the steering wheel. We're going to do diagnostics. Auto detect. Right, okay. Your firmware's updating. Okay. I've done all the updates yesterday. I thought that's going to be done automatically, but apparently it's not. So it's updating now. I used to have Auto Maxicom, which was the top of the range one with a programmer, and that was able to do a lot, but I bought it just before the lockdown, and what happened afterwards? Firmware installed. Right, press OK. What happened with that one? I ran out of updates because I bought it just before the lockdown, as you do. Right, this one found Mercedes, yes, fine, okay. Notes. It's not a bad tool from what I've read about it. It offers bi-directional communications. Also, it supports all the service functions. It's got 2 years free updates. The only downside to it is the fact that it's got a cable instead of a wireless VCA, which is handy because you can be outside of a car with the tablet and there's a plug inside the socket, and you know that just works anywhere pretty much up to, I don't know, 20 odd meters I think, if I remember correctly. This one hasn't got it obviously, but it cost me I think about £300, which isn't much considering what it can do. It's not a lot worse than the Maxicom I've had. Maxicom used to be really good, but the problem was the updates were expensive, and you'd be surprised how quickly it goes outdated. So it was actually cheaper for me to sell the Maxicom and, you know, just get another one than to pay for the updates. And without the updates, which they don't tell you, without the updates, all the programming functions and all that, it doesn't work. So unless you do a large volume of cars, it's going to be hard to justify it, because that one cost well over £2,000. As I said, this one is £300, and for what I need it for, to connect it to a car when I get a car and it's got a problem, this will tell me exactly the same stuff that the Auto would. But then again, it goes through all the systems, and I've heard that apparently this can sort out the suspension problems on Land Rover as well. It can actually activate it, and it can reset, learn and all that. It's got quite a lot of functions. I haven't gone through it all yet, obviously, because it only came yesterday. It comes in a hard plastic case. It comes with additional adapters, one for the old type Mercedes, one for the old type BMW, and I think one for, I think it was the old Honda, none of which I've ever used really, because most cars these days are using the OBD2. If it doesn't have OBD2, it means you're not going to be finding out much from the electronics anyway. But as I said, this seems like a pretty decent tool. It's got bi-directional communication, so you can test all the equipment, you can switch on the solenoids, fans, windows, you can reset windows, you can relearn things, you can program injectors and all that. So that's pretty decent considering the price point. See, I haven't put all the details in it yet, technicians and stuff and what have you. And we've got the whole report, and you can QR code share. I'm not sure what that is yet. I think you can send the report to someone, which if it is, it will be handy. It probably uploads it to Topdon, from what I think. At least it seems like that. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to share the code. Good thing about this little device as well, it's got 2 years of updates. I did mention that, I think. It's got a little stand on the back. It's a tiny little thing, really. It's I think it's an 8-inch or 7-inch tablet, I'm not sure. But as I said, it should give me all the details. There we are. We got the report. The lamp, signal lamp in the left of trunk lid has a malfunction. Communication with a Bluetooth module. Mirror housing. Inside switch for the central locking. Output for the ambient lamp. And all the rest seems okay. Yeah, so it lists all the faults at the top. And then it up the report. It's actually better than Auto, I think, a little bit. Because you can add some, you know, details about the car. I actually quite like it because you can add all the details at this stage. Right, press OK. Share. See what that does. Send. It will send it to my address, and I got that in PDF probably on my PC in a minute. Right, so we're gonna go clear codes. Yes. Clear fault memory completed. Okay. Right, let's go back. Scanning it again, so it's gonna go through health report again. We'll see if it's gonna come up with any faults. It's got the live data. And you can program injectors, you can do all sorts of things like AdBlue resets, steering angle sensor resets, apparently airbag resets. I'm not sure how far that's going to go, but all in all, so far, quite happy with it. We'll see how it works in the long term, like. But it's covering all the new cars and all the older ones, and it's got full support for 2 years. So for the price, to be honest, you can't argue with that. Right, I'll do a longer review of this after I've been using it for a little bit. This was just to show what it is, what it looks like. Out of all the ones I was looking at, most of them, the only differences between them really are, it's not that they're not able to do certain things, they obviously limit them to only certain things. So you would have to pay premium for something that can do everything, and you know, is more expensive obviously. This is why I gone for the one with the cable, because to be honest, at this stage, because my health deteriorated a little, I'm not able to do everything at the minute, so I'm only able to do little things. That's why there was a bit of a break in the videos, because there's a couple of projects, as that for instance, that's Mazda Mark 1, that's waiting to be dealt with. I had it dropped off a couple of weeks back, but I haven't touched it yet. Nothing wrong with the roof, I just put a cover over it so it doesn't leak inside in case if it would be leaking. So we're gonna get back to that. At the minute, Topdon, I'm quite impressed with what it can do. Mainly by reading about it, I haven't actually seen it in action apart from what it's just done now. Should be definitely enough. Buying a more advanced tool at this stage, I don't think there's much of a point because I'm not doing as much, but for the time being, this is ample. As I said, the Maxicom with all the extras, all the great things it can do, you have to have an active subscription for it, and the subscription for it, I think it was £1,200. So considering I sold it for 1,800, if I would add to 1,800 another 1,200, that's £3,000. I got £3,000 to play with it. So I don't think there's any point, unless you do a large volume and unless you do a lot of ECU programming, then yeah, then there's a point to have it. This one can do, actually can do ECU programming. Communication with the Bluetooth module has a malfunction, right? Okay, and that's the only fault on the Mercedes now, which isn't too bad. Okay, so let's get out of this, and let's get out of that, and we can go into, for instance, as you can tell, there's all the makes, pretty much. We even got Volkswagen commercial vehicles. We're going to switch to European, I think, for the time being, because it's Euroford, Opel, Gas even, right? Maybach, that's something that doesn't happen that often in Swansea. Then we go into Mercedes, okay. system selection. If we go into, for instance, transmission control module, switch on ignition, okay. Module information, module information. Yeah, but you can change the coding, you can access special functions and things. As you can tell, there's quite a lot of things available to you. Right, that's a quick run of the Topdon. If you're looking for a cheap tool that's going to be able to do a lot, I think this is not a bad option. There's a couple of other ones I was looking at. There's Autel MK808, but to be honest, it's £100 odd different in price, and I don't know if it's worth it. To be honest, I had Autel. It wasn't able to do as many things as I would expect anyway, and I paid quite a lot for it, so I wouldn't be surprised if this won't be far off. I'll do a more in-depth review of this. For now, I'm quite happy with it. Let me know if you've used it, if you've got one, and if you like them. And I'll try to share my findings on the device. But so far, I'm quite happy. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.